What's the purpose behind the marketing plan? You excite, you educate, experience, and engage. Let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. To my first-time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you being here. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing with NDUB podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. Today, for episode 10, we're going to focus on some inequity of when we talk about Mother's Day versus Father's Day spending. So before I go into it, I do want to note it is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to those who are listening. And I don't think I said it, so let me also say happy Mother's Day, belated Mother's Day, as we talk about something that's fundamentally, I think, not sound in our society, but fundamentally sound in marketing. So for my first-time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I hope you like it. If you do, please rate and review the show and share it so you can get folks to understand what we be doing. And for my worldwide listeners, thank you for tuning in once again. So thank you. If y'all haven't done so already, please rate and review the show so we can go to the next level. And I should say iTunes rating review, because I want to be on what's new and what's happening, the most popular shows. Because here, look, at the end of the day, I'm really learning. The more and more I get into these bigger, complex businesses, it is all about the marketing. Not the Benjamins, about the marketing. All right. I don't know if I should say that now with Diddy, but that's a whole nother topic. All right. So let's go into this, because I pulled up an article, and let me get right over here. I put up an article that I thought was very interesting, and I just said, hey, Father's Day and Mother's Day spending. And I wanted to see the contrast from it, and it says we get a raw deal from Morningstar. It came from MarketWatch, and the author, I want to give him credit for it, because he really did, I think, a good job about asking the question, are we doing the right thing by focusing on the right people in regards to how much spend we get and the equities of it? His name is Quentin Fottrell. I don't know if I spelled that right. It's QuentinFottrell. My man Quentin, if I did not spell that correctly, more than likely, or not spelled, said it incorrectly, my apologies to you. See, look, I'm messing everything up. The content was created by MarketWatch, which is operated by Dow Jones and Company. MarketWatch is published independently from Dow Jones Newswires and the Wall Street Journal. So the title of this is We Get a Raw Deal on Father's Day. Here's the worst thing you can do, and it doesn't involve giving your dad a crummy tie or tickets to see Taylor Swift. So what I thought was very interesting about this, and I want to make sure I look at you, not just at the article. Y'all, we don't do the best job and make it equitable. And I pulled up a chart because I was like, he said some interesting things. I'm like, ooh, this is pretty bad. I did some reverse research, and I went to where I think he got it from. It is from the National Retail Federation, according to Statista. And look, both of these articles will be in the show notes, so go to it if you want to look at it. And he said that I thought it was pretty interesting to say that women, as in the Mother's Day in 2023, $37 billion was spent. That was last year. In comparison to $23 billion. That's $14 billion difference. Not like million, not like 100,000. $14 14 billion difference. So if you just added just a few more billion, you could have 2 Father's Day in comparison to Mother's Day. Now, he did lead up to it. Now, I just went right to it, but he made some very good points. He says, and look, I'm not going to go into all of it. Read the article. It's really good. He says, but there is perhaps a reason why Father's Day may get overlooked and not be such a big deal in some households from time to time. The marketing and advertising surrounding Mother's Day starts earlier and arguably has more impact. Listen to this, given that women, not men, give birth, it's hard to begrudge that. It's hard to begrudge mothers that. And let me go word for word. I just say it's hard to begrudge that, but it's hard to begrudge mothers that, right? Because mothers give both men and women birth. It's a fact, right? So that's when he says, and yes, we collectively spend more on Mother's Day than Father's Day. $37 billion last year versus $23 billion. And then he goes into the other mistake people tend to make when giving Father's Day gifts is either being too glib, novelty underwear, or mixing up a gift that is actually for the whole entire family, like an outdoor grill. Sometimes breakfast is bed and thoughtfully written card is all that any dad needs. So when I got up early this morning, I had to give my daughter mad props, Janiyah, and I should have taken some pictures. I don't think I did. No, I think I did. She's not in the best, and I'll take a screenshot and share it on the Instagram. But what she did was, and I thought it was pretty special, is she got up early because I'm an early riser. I got up around 3:30. She set her alarm, and she got up at 4, and she was like, Dad, it's not, I wanted to make sure what she was doing. She says, Dad, don't come out here until the breakfast is done. She made me some fire pancakes, protein packed. She poured my juice. I made my coffee. Of course, I make my own coffee. And she served me, and I had some maple breakfast sausages. I like those as well. And she served me breakfast to say thank you on Father's Day. Now, right now, she's sleeping on the couch because she's knocked out. And I'm here wanting to give you this message because the Morningstar article came out literally yesterday, but the Statista came out June 16th of 2023, so exactly 1 year from this date. So when we talk about Father's Day, and this is when we talk about, and I bring it back to the 4 P's, which are extremely important for us to make the distinction. You got to know your audience, the customer avatar, which I'm not talking about that. We did talk about that about 100 episodes ago, like 158, I think it was. We did a repost. I think it's 158. You got to know your avatar. Me and Ray, we talked about that, knowing the top, the middle of the funnel to where you close at the bottom of the funnel. And it starts with the 4 P's. Know your product, know your service, know your price, right? Product and service, so I just need to say is one. Product could be tangible or intangible, which is a service. Know your price, okay? Then know your place where you're going to be selling it at, really, and positioning that, which we can go deeper. It's not the right time. And then lastly, promotion. Promotion is a great opportunity for everyone, which is why I focused on Black Friday last episode, so you understand that when it comes to promoting your event or your service or your organization, leverage what's in front of you. Leverage what's already out there. People are looking for deals. Father's Day is a great opportunity. If you sell aprons, for example, more than likely it's better to sell an apron to a woman than it is to a man. I have an apron. I use mine to grill. No pun intended with the article. But I don't grill that much. I see women using aprons on a regular basis, and they have multiple aprons. So you definitely need to know your customer avatar, know who your ideal client is, so you can build a right promotion campaign for them so that you always end up with the bottom line in the black. And it doesn't matter if your bottom line is just profit. It could be people and planet. It doesn't matter. Always end up in the black. And that's why I gave the example, which I failed to mention about Patagonia in Black Friday, is they're about their brand. They don't even give the Patagonia's clothes on Black Friday, right? So this is what's really interesting when it comes to, I got to check my time. I don't want to go very long here. We sometimes miss the easy, low-hanging fruit because we fail to promote and advertise. Advertisement is when you spend money putting those materials out there in someone's face. Whoops, sorry about that. And so when it comes to all the things that we need to do, we are not in the position to win. And when I say win, make a profit. Make a profit. You need to make a profit, right? So the Mother's versus Father's Day spending, it's still $23 billion being spent. And more than likely, that's in America. We're not even talking globally. So just imagine if you have a service or a product that's available to the whole, not country, maybe continent, before you get into the whole world, right? And then you got to have to then work out your logistics and everything else when it comes to all those things. So I just wanted to say, when it comes to the Father's Day versus Mother's Day, I'm not salty. I'm not upset. I'm great. I love my mother. I love my mother for giving me birth. And I love my dad too. When it comes to marketing though, this is something that's fundamentally sound, that you need to take advantage of low-hanging fruit when you have the opportunity to, because business is all about getting in front of the person that you have the relationship with, and you solve their problem with your product or service. And they won't know that you can solve their problem if you don't correctly promote it in the right place, at the right time, and speak directly to them. You can't just say, this is what I like and this is how I'm going to do it. And if they don't like it, you're not the customer. Remember, I talked to you about that. So this is why I say you need to understand that branding is not selling and selling is not branding. Back to last week's episode. So in this Father's Day, I wish all my dads a happy Father's Day and my mothers a happy belated Mother's Day. I hope you all have a good time. And I'm sure you're probably buying something that could have been possibly promoted to you. They say thank you. We say, hey, look, the marketing folks, we say, yes, that worked. So for you small businesses, you small entrepreneurs, you solo entrepreneurs, you freelancers, don't fail in this task, because we are now getting to the point, like, these things matter. They matter with everything. And if you don't communicate via this, more than likely you will not get a sale. So with that, I wish you the best. Get this dialed in, which means you need to get your marketing strategy dialed in. If you need some help, I'm here. Hit me up at info@nwebsterllc.com. If you don't use me, use somebody, because you should be focusing on the product. And from that, you can say on the price too. But if you need a fractional CFO, get them to work on your price so you can get your cost down to where you can operate your business. If you need the right positioning, get a marketing expert, promotion, advertising. And look, I tell folks all the time, I don't do social media. I don't do public relations. I don't do copywriting. I focus on brand monetization, which means I help companies monetize channels that they are not able to convert on. And one of the things that I love helping, which I cut my teeth on, which helping small restaurants, is that their cash flow broke. And it was always interesting when they were like, hey, like, I'm not getting return customers, where I'm like, well, let me tell you why. And I broke it down. They were like, oh, yeah. And it's just little things. But we, especially the older generation, and I would just say older generation as in the baby boomers. I'm a Gen Xer. But when it comes to baby boomers, they like doing things in person, right? Well, things in person is dated. Not to say it's still not important. People don't go to things in person, especially food. But Domino's I wouldn't say they weren't struggling, but when the pandemic hit, they took advantage, right? So always have your product and logistics and your marketing set up to where you are ready for an opportunity. As Les Brown says, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity than have the opportunity and not be prepared. So with that, I wish you nothing but the best. Until next time, I wish you much success. So dream big and Godspeed. I'm out. What's the purpose behind the marketing plan? You excite, you educate, experience, and engage. Let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. To my first-time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you being here.